Totti would love to heap further misery on his city rivals, close the gap on slipping Juventus at the top. 7 points between them going into this one. 16th minute action here. First chance for Milan. Nice work by Cafu in the corner, holding off Nicolas Bordiso, then working his way for a cross. Alberto Gilardino at the other end of it, but he sends it over. The whistle went for a push anyway, so it wouldn't have counted, but it was a nice chance. I had to show it to you. Buck and change later. It's Inter putting on the pressure at the other end, though, and who else? Adriano weaves his way into the box, has a shot at it, but Kaká with the sliding obstruction play, and the ball is scrambled away as Adriano hits the deck. No call by the official as Mancini looks on. Right there. What's for dinner? A minute from halftime, Inter with another weak chance. The cross headed out of the box in an open lane for Javier Zanetti. He tees it up and lets fly, but Dida easily catching that, and I actually think he had his eyes closed just to make it a little more challenging for himself. Goose eggs at the restart. Well, Easter eggs, it's that kind of weekend. A little more excitement in the second half. 10 minutes in, Kaká with the far cross clearance for Clarence Seedorf. He whips in a shot, forcing Julio Cesar to make the kick save, and a great one at that as Inter cleared the danger. The Brazilian showing off the skills. Dejan Stankovic, 4 goals this season, does a good job setting the table here for Luis Figo. Figo catching Paulo Maldini flat-footed, but sends the header wide of the far side. He knows he should have done better. Dearie me, as the announcer says, and that's about right. Great chance for Inter to strike first, but they missed it. Milan looked the more organized side for much of the match. Couple of brilliant chances fall their way in the 66th. First, Andrei Shevchenko's header hoofed away, but a right to Kaká, but his shot saved by Cesar, and a great save at that, and Milan is close as they've gotten to a goal so far. 3 minutes later, they would catch Inter standing around. A free kick is knocked out, but then played back in for Kaka Kaladze, and Inter's defense getting the best view of this goal. They stood and watched it happen. Kaladze lashing home his second of the season, and Cesar no chance of stopping it. 1-0 Milan. As you see, Kaladze is onside for it. He had all kinds of time to chest it down and whip it in. That was the only goal of the game as the woes continue for Inter. 1-0 was the final, and perhaps a good thing that the Ultras decided to skip this one after all. Yeah, dearie me. The win putting Milan to within 4 points of Juve.
Heading out on Spalletti, encouraging his side versus Palermo. Andiamo. Look at him. That's what a coach does. Encourages his players, and that did spark his side. Damiano Tomasi with the lead ball to Simeone Perotta. He freezes, then loses the ball. Alberto Aquilani attempts his deflected ball, gets to Rodrigo today, and he gets it to the left side corner past keeper Federico Aguilarde, and there's the keeper thinking, I could have had that one. Goal in the 23rd. Today gets lucky with the strike. Roma almost ended up with nothing, but now they had the early lead. Just under 5 minutes later, Perotta with the lead ball for today. He's got the keeper to beat, tries to go around Aguilarde, then takes a tumble, and yes, the referee did point to the spot. Penalty kick opportunity for Roma. Today had all kinds of space to make this move. The fancy stuff didn't fool the keeper, but that little tug on the shorts brought down the Roma player. That's kind of pathetic. From the spot, Alessandro Mancini low balls this one to the right side corner. 2-0 Roma, goal in the 28th. Roma, we're not done yet. The through pass for Mancini. He would stumble past the keeper, then score. Goal in the 30th. A second for the Brazilian in a span of a minute and a half. And did you see how he scored that goal? Fancy footwork, stumbles, then backheels the ball into the net.
Nice work.
A low-angled look at the Mancini soft shoe goal. The Brazilian, very nice. Roma with a 3-0 lead heading into halftime, and this game was pretty much over, was it? Second half, here comes Palermo. Paulo Codrea with the pass to David Di Michele, cuts, and it's a laser to the top right side corner piece past Gianluca Curci. A sweet goal as well. 3-1, goal in the 50th. Di Michele makes this nice, getting around Daniele De Rossi, topside clean. 2 minutes later, corner Palermo, Franco Brienza, the delivery, and Simeone Baroni with the short side header. This one in the 52nd, and the game was on again. Fans at Renzo Barbera were pumped up. Baroni gets his noggin on this one, and it sails short side on Curci. Baroni gets to the ball early and does a good job of glancing this one in the tight side. Palermo with new juice, and they're on the offensive again. Di Michele strikes, deflects to Denis Godea, loops to Baroni, and he would bite kick it in. 3-3. Goal in the 79th. Palermo complete the comeback. Another sweet finish by Baroni. Gets the boot on the bike kick and beats Curci. What a game. Only in Italy can this happen. 6 goals in total. So much for the defensive struggle. This one ends tied 3-3. Fantastic game. Let's see what Neil Devaney has from other matches around the Serie A.
Parma in the yellow tops away to Sampdoria. The guests looking for their 6th win in 7 matches on Saturday. And they got a good chance to take the lead here on Marco Marchioni's strike, but Francesco Antonioli gets his fingers on it to knock it wide. Free kick for the hosts in the 39th. Luca Bucci's clearance is straight to Francesco Flacchi, who turns it back in and into the net. 1-0 Sampdoria. Luigi Sala was there, and it looked like he may have got a boot on it, but looking at the replay, he actually misses as Flacchi's shot sails by. Flacchi with his 9th of the campaign. To the second half, Parma moving it well. The ball played into Daniel Bonera, but he's hauled down by Sampdoria's Imo Diana. It's a penalty kick opportunity for Parma. Bernard Corradi sends Antonioli the wrong way. 1-1 in the 5th. To the area, Marco Bresciano gets a hold of it and fires it home. Goal coming right at the 89-minute mark. Bresciano's 7th of the season happens to be the game winner at Stadio Luigi Ferraris. 2-1 is the final. Cagliari at home to league-leading Juventus. It's the guests with the game's first good chance. Just before the 10-minute mark, Francesco Bega's clearing attempt is right to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He squares up and fires, but it's high. Ibrahimovic with a rare miss there. Juventus get another shot at it in the 35th. This time Ibrahimovic plays setup man for Alessandro Del Piero. Del Piero flicking it on goal, but Antonio Cementi gets a glove to it to keep this match goalless. Just before the interval, the hosts make a run for it. Antonio Langella picks up the long ball. He's streaking and then taken down in the area by Gianluca Zambrata. The ref awards a penalty kick. No wasting any time there. Zambrata getting all man and no ball here. David Suazo gets Gianluigi Buffon to go the wrong way. 1-0 Cagliari at the interval. The hosts managed to hold Juventus at bay until the final kick of the game. 5 minutes into added time, Fabio Cannavaro converts the corner kick into a goal. Cagliari so close to stealing 3 away from the league leaders. Instead, they settle for the 1-1 draw. Showing off the damage. There's our man, Carlo Mazzone. Livorno is the 10th Serie A club that he's coached over a span of 38 years, but unfortunately it was a run-of-the-mill day in terms of his side's form. Starting in the 19th, Stefano Mari trying to get around Mark Furtzel. Furtzel hauls him down. The ref pointing to the spot before Mari even stops rolling on the ground. The ref pretty confident in his call. That sets up Massimo Odo on the PK, and he calmly rolls it in off the post. 1-0 Lazio in the 19th. Odo's 6th of the season, making him one better than Paolo Di Canio, who sat this one out. Lazio would carry the lead into the second half. In the 52nd, Livorno take advantage of a failed clearing attempt. The ball out wide to Luis Cesar Prates, who fires. Angelo Peruzzi gets a touch on it, but he can't stop Giuseppe Colucci on the rebound. Tie game at 1. Peruzzi doing well to stop the shot from Cesar Prates, but no one clears the rebound. Colucci fires home for the equalizer. It wouldn't stay level for long. 4 minutes later, Odo puts it to the head of Goran Pandev. 2-1 Lazio just like that. Pandev getting under this ball to glance it in and regain the lead. Lazio add insurance in the 72nd. Tommaso Racci out to Valon Barami. It's into Gabi Mudangai and left for Goran to muscle in his 2nd of the match. 3-1 Lazio. They hand Mazzone's side their 7th straight loss.
Watching the Lille-Bordeaux game from their hotel room, the Lyon